Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make an injectable ghost client for Minecraft Java Edition. So the target version for today is 1.8.9, although you will be able to do it for any version as long as you change the mappings, right? It's not too difficult and I'll explain how to do it. Okay, so first of all we need to set up the project, but first we need to install the right applications. We need Visual Studio configured correctly for a C++ workspace. We need the Java Development Kit installed, and we also need MCP Mappings Viewer, which are all of these I'll explain how to install in the description. Okay, so now let's create a project. So I'm going to go search for template, dynamic link library, and click next. It's going to name our project Minecraft Ghost Client Tutorial, and create. So now we're just going to do some basic setup of our project and then get right onto coding. Okay, so we're going to include windows.h instead of pch, right, because we don't like precompiled errors. It's just I don't see it as a valid way to structure small projects like this. Okay, so delete those three files, the framework and the pch files. Create a source file and drag DLL main into it. Create an include file. Include, and then in that include file make another folder called JNI. Okay, so we are now going to right click on JNI, open folder in File Explorer, and now program files. In program files you'll head to your Java folder, then your JDK installation. From here you will be able to go into include, copy these 6 files over, and then go into Win32 and copy these 2 files over. Go to your JDK root installation, lib, and then jvm.lib. Okay, now we have gotten everything we need for JNI. I'm gonna refresh, and the reason we're gonna click include into project, so you see like this, and the reason we have JNI is because that's how we interact with the JVM, right? The JVM stands for the Java Virtual Machine, and that's what Minecraft runs under. Okay, so that's like just a bridge for us to interact with it. We're gonna click onto properties and set C++ language standard to C++ 20. I'm gonna go to VC++ directories. I'm gonna go include directories, edit. I'm gonna do $projector, and we'll do include. It's gonna make it globally accessible from our project. Okay, now I'm gonna go to C/C++, precompiled errors, and not using. I'm going to linker. I'm going to link the jvm.lib file, projector, include JNI, jvm.lib. Okay, I'm going to click apply, and everything should be set up now. We're now going to get to coding the client itself. So we're going to make a subfolder in src called SDK. I'm going to call a header file JVM, so jvm.h. Okay, so now we're going to include JNI, so we're going to include JNI, jni.h. We're now going to do namespace JVM, and we're going to do, first of all, we're going to define our load function. So, okay, load, I'm going to do Java VM pointer, VM equals, and let's initialize it to null pointer. Let's also inline this so then we can include it from multiple files, and the compiler doesn't have a fit. I'm going to duplicate that line and do JNI env and name it env. Okay, now we need to start coding the initialization. So we're going to go to SDK, add new item, and then a CPP file. We're going to call it jvm.cpp. Okay, so I'm going to include the header file that we previously made, and I'm going to declare the load function, jvm load. Okay. So we're going to get the created Java VMs, so JNI get created Java VMs, and we're going to reference the pointer to the VM. Okay, and then I'm going to pass a 1 as a long, because the J size is a long, and so is a JEnt. And I'm going to do null pointer. Okay, so now we're going to get our env. And if it's attached, I'm going to attach it. Yeah, you'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, so it's the VM get env, and I'm gonna reference our env. So env, I'm gonna do JNI version, what's the latest, 20. If you have no other versions, then just do a random one. Okay, shouldn't be that much of a problem. I'm gonna cast the env pointer to a void pointer. It's a mouthful. And if this is equal to jni e detached, so if the thread is attached, I'm going to attach the thread. So I'm going to attach it as daemon as well. So the reason we attach it as daemon, if the JVM tries to exit, right, and that thread is still attached as not a daemon or whatever it is pronounced, the JVM won't exit. Okay, these threads will halt the JVM from exiting, and we do not want that, right? If you attach as daemon, it is basically independent from the JVM exiting. Okay, so we're going to attach it, and we're going to reference the env again, and we are going to just null pointer, no arguments needed. Okay, so that's it for now, and what we're going to do, we're going to implement a class, CJObject. Okay, so we're going to manage our memory very well in this project, okay? Make sure there's no memory leaks at all, okay? So what a problem a lot of clients have, right, even the big open source ones you see on GitHub, object in. Okay, so the problem that they have is that they do not free their local references. The JVM can only have 16 local references at once, I believe, depending if you configure it differently. And this means that there will be memory leaks if you do not free your references, right? So we're going to make a wrapper that when the destructor is called, right, so when this object falls out of scope, we will delete the local references because they will no longer needed. So I'm going to declare the destructor and GObject cached object. Set this to null pointer. Now I want to declare the constructor and destructor. Object in. Okay, so I'm going to set the cached object to the object in, right? It's going to storing it kind of. CJ object, and then let's define the destructor. And now if the cached object is not equal to null pointer, I'm going to do JVM env delete local reference, and I'm going to reference the object, so cached object. Okay, so if the object is not null, okay, so because if it is null, then it's going to cause the crash, right? And there's going to be options, there can be times where the object will be null. Say you're checking the pointed entity isn't always valid, right? So just an example, but yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a Minecraft folder, right? It's gonna be like our game class is gonna be at, and we're gonna make the Minecraft class, right? That's where the root of everything is. Okay, so Minecraft and Minecraft. Okay, so I'm going to define it. I'm going to first include JVM. I have to go up. JVM. Okay. Class C Minecraft, and it should be inheriting from JVM, the JObject wrapper we made. C JObject publicly as well. Public. I'm going to make it a constructor, and we do not need to define a destructor because the CG object will manage it automatically. But we do need a default constructor for the C Minecraft class. Object in. Okay. So include Minecraft.h. Okay. So let's just define this. Okay. So now we're gonna call the constructor of CJ objects, right? So we're just gonna, so whenever our constructor gets called, that one gets called too, right? It has to be like that if you want it to work properly. Okay, so now whenever our Minecraft constructor gets ran, this also gets ran. Okay, so now we're gonna need to go into MCP mappings viewer, get versions, and like I said, we're gonna be doing 1.8.9, load mappings, and do Minecraft. We're gonna search for the Minecraft class, right? Minecraft. Okay, so as you see, we're gonna look for get Minecraft, and it is here. So this is a static method, right? What I mean by static is that it can be called without there being a direct instance of the class, right? So we are also gonna structure SDK like that. Static get Minecraft, right? And it's gonna return an object or an instance also of the Minecraft class. First of all, we're gonna, do cache our classes, right? So I'm gonna go here. because okay, so instead of I'll explain in a second. So we're going to do classes.h and namespace classes, and we're going to do include JNI. Okay, so do inline J class, and it'll be Minecraft class. Let's initialize null pointer. The reason we're doing it like this is like it's almost like a cache, right? So instead of having to make some like, I don't know, obscene way of getting the classes, right, or just bloating our code, we can just make all the references here, and we can have a load function, load. So then it'll initialize all these classes, as we say, right? Classes. Okay, so let's include that classes header, and include the JVM header that we made. Okay, so void classes load Minecraft class equals JVM env find class, and we're gonna find the Minecraft class, right? So what is the class, right? The name AVE. Okay, so for vanilla it's AVE, for Forge and Lunar it would be the default getting name, which is net Minecraft client Minecraft, right? Okay, so now that we've done this, we should actually start calling these functions in the DLL main. So JVM SDK JVM.h. Okay, we're gonna define our thread entry. Thread entry, and I'm gonna do h module. Okay, so the reason we are taking in the module, right, which is this holds the base address, right? So we can then call free library next to thread, right? Okay, so this will basically free the library at this base address, right? But the reason we need this, because if we don't, then technically the DLL won't actually unload itself, right? So it'll be stuck here, and we can't edit it, right? Because Windows places a lock on files. Okay, so let's unload the DLL when we're done, and let's create the thread, right, from the DLL main. Okay, so handle thread handle, create thread, null pointer. Okay, I'm gonna reinterpret cast lp thread start routine thread entry. So okay, so we're gonna make the start routine our thread entry, right, and the parameter has to be the h module, right? We could pass anything in, but obviously it wouldn't be right. Okay, now that we've created the thread, right, we don't want the handle being like loose, right? So we want to close it if it's valid. Okay, invalid handle value, close handle, thread handle, break. Okay, so now that we set up this, we can now include JVM load, and we're also going to include that classes. We're going to do the classes after. SDK classes, class H. Okay, that should be it for now. We're going to actually allocate a console. So alloc console, we're also going to give it an output buffer, right? So let's do file pointer output buffer, file pointer. Okay. Free open safe. The underscore s just means safe. Okay. On out $, and I'm pretty sure it's W. Lowercase, and then std out. Okay, now I'm gonna free this console at the end of the program, obviously. So that's like the initialization. It's gonna be the end, right? So let's put some break in here, and then fclose. Okay, and also just in case, not that I should fail, we're only gonna close it if it is not null. Okay, so now we're just gonna do like our little loop. Will not get a sync key state. Okay, so this will keep on running until the key delete is pressed, right? So we're gonna like make that like the way we exit out the program, right? Okay, so I'm gonna sleep 1,000 should be fine for now. So I'm gonna sleep 1 second, right? Because we're not doing anything particular right now, so we don't need it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into Minecraft, static C Minecraft. We're gonna replicate what the get Minecraft function does. C Minecraft get Minecraft. Okay, so now I'm gonna define this function in the CPP file. Okay, so we're going to include the classes. Okay, so assuming that everything is fine, we're gonna go static j method id get Minecraft method JVM call object. No wait. Yeah, call static object method. No. Okay, get static object method. I'm losing it. Okay, object get static method. Okay. So we're gonna get the method ID first, right? And we're doing this as static, so this will only run the first time the function is ran, right? So we don't waste processing power. Classes, Minecraft class. Okay, and then we're gonna check what the signature is, not the signature, the name itself. Okay, so see here, we're using vanilla, so it's this one, Forge it'd be this one, and then Lunar would be this one. Okay, so we're doing vanilla, right? So here. And also if you're doing Forge or Lunar, you need to dump the classes, right? You can't just do class, you'd have to make a class loader or dump them, right? So just be careful of that. We'll cover that at another point. Okay, so because this is a method, right, we do plus the return value, right? So if it's a class, right, so it's class name. Okay, right, for a field it'd just be this, right? And if it's like if it doesn't return a class, right, so if it just returns a what's it called, just a normal data type, right, so like a float or something, it'd just be this, right? And for a field it'd be this. Okay, so now we got out the way, we can start doing it. Okay, so assuming this is fine, we're going to do return C Minecraft JVM env call static object method, and then classes Minecraft class, and then get Minecraft method. Okay, so now this static method, right, will return an instance of itself. Basically, it'll create an instance because it will call the get Minecraft method, right? It'll get an object, and it'll populate this. Okay, so we're gonna do see. Oh yeah, when you include stream, include at the top actually. Separate the standards. Okay, stdc out Minecraft instance. And I'm gonna do oh yeah, stk Minecraft and then Minecraft.h. So I'm gonna get an instance of it and then cached object. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to build this, and I am going to use process hacker to inject, which you can find online. We're also going to close MCP mapping 0 because obviously we won't know which one is the correct JVM process. Inject this DLL, Minecraft instance, yeah. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting the Minecraft instance, and it's obviously freeing the object on the destructor, so we're not having any memory leaks. Okay, it's perfect. So now for today, we're going to make a simple auto sprint. Okay, so we're going to open MCP and we are going to actually press delete. And as you can see, everything gets closed perfectly fine with no crashes. Okay, so get versions. I'm going to go back on 1.8. 1.8. As you can see, the old process ID was something. Yeah, it was this one, 8344. Okay, so I have to remember which one is which. Obviously, it won't be the same for you. Okay. So what we're actually going to get now, we're going to get the local player, right? So go back in the Minecraft class. Now that we have an instance of it, we can get non-static fields and call non-static methods. I think we're gonna just call get player or something like that. Okay, no, let's get the field instead. Okay, it should be the player, right? It's the player. The player. Okay, there we go. Right. Okay, there we go. So yeah, instead of using get Minecraft, you could also just get the field the Minecraft. It's also static, but yeah, it's up to you really. Okay, let's make an entity class, right? Because what's the point in having a local player if it doesn't have an entity class, right? Okay. Okay, let's copy this over. C entity. Okay, there we go. And now instead of including JVM.h, we can make it more lightweight, and we can just include entity.h, right? Instead of including it after. Because then this includes that. Okay. Include entity.h. JObject object in. And then I'm going to call this the constructor as well, or the CG objects. Okay. So now that we have this class, I'm gonna do C entity get local player. Okay, and I'm gonna actually define this in the CVP file. There we go. Okay, so static j field ID and do the player field. Okay, and that is equal to JVM env get field ID and then classes Minecraft class. Okay, so now I'm gonna look up the correct name for it. Okay, so it'd be H and then okay, so the signature, I'm pretty sure it's something like player MP, so it's like local player MP or something like that. It's actually entity player SP, right? So entity player SP. Okay, so that is BEW, right? So because it's a field, L, BEW, and then a semicolon, right? Okay, so now let's return C entity JVM env get field ID. Oh no, oh my gosh, get object field, and then this cached object, right? Because this is the instance, right? We want to reference cached object, and then the player field. There we go. So now we have the entity instance, right? Let's print that out. Do local player instance, and then get Minecraft dot get local player. Let's see if everything works smoothly. Okay, let's inject. Let's hoping it's the right one. Yeah. Oh, it's null. Okay, because we have to go into a game. The local player instance will not be valid until you're in a game. Okay. So you can see I'm in single player world. It'll also work on a server. And look, now everything's fine. Okay. So now we are gonna call set sprinting, right? So set sprinting. Okay. It should be an entity. Scroll down and we see set sprinting. Yeah, set sprinting. There we go. Right. So as you can see, Z stands for Boolean. So it takes the sprinting Boolean, so the state you want to be in. As you can see here, sprinting. Takes that in, so it's true or false, you want to be sprinting, and then it's a void, right? It doesn't return any value. So let's finally do this. So void set sprinting bool state. And now we are just going to quickly Boolean C entity set sprinting. Okay, so oh yeah, and no, it's void C entity set sprinting and bool state. Okay, so we're gonna do static j method ID set sprinting methods, and that is equal to JVM inv get get method ID. You get the class for it, so it is be. No, it's not. That's not view. It's pk. So go here. I'm gonna define another class. Entity class null pointer, and then entity class equals pk. Right. So fun class pk. Now we're gonna have to include the classes. So include classes, and classes, entity class. I'm gonna have to get the name for it. So D, and it is a Boolean input with a void function. Okay, so JVM inv call void method, and okay, so I'm gonna do this class object, and then we're going to do JVM method ID, set sprinting. I'm going to input, right, so this is arguments, state, right, because it takes in the boolean. Okay, so we are now going to refactor some of this code. C entity local player equals C Minecraft. Actually, you know what, we're going to structure it better. C Minecraft equals C Minecraft get Minecraft. Minecraft dot get my get local player. There we go. And now we're going to change the sleep to 10 seconds, right? Because that's more fitted for this. And print setting local player sprint to true. Break line. Okay. Local player set sprinting true, and we do not want to continue if the local player object is null, because that means the person is not in a game. Actually, instead we're going to change this. I'll put this in there, otherwise it'll skip the sleep, which we don't want. Okay, so if the object is not a null pointer, right, which means we're in a game, then send a local sprint. Look, you can see I'm sprinting, right? Also, you do not want it to sprint all the time because that would flag on some servers. So what we can actually do is get async key state W. Obviously, this is all dependent on the player's bind for move forward being W, which is common, but you can't rely on that. So we can go into game settings and get the right bind, but that's something for another video. So you can see it doesn't set sprint, but look, you can see. So now we have that function in module and it's all clean. Okay, so that is it for today's episode, and I am glad if you can learn anything from this, and I will be continuing with this episode series. Actually, it's going to be series. So guys, have a nice day, and that's it for this episode.